Are you, just so we could get acquainted?
All right, well, my name is Jiří Moskala, and when I say Jiří, you know that there's a special sound there. So yes, I am originally from the Czech Republic, or former Czechoslovakia. So I was growing up in the communist country, and it was actually a good education for me, because good pressure in life make us maybe lead us closer to God. So this was my childhood. I was also pastoring first in Czech Republic or Czechoslovakia first. So I had to deal very much with the atheistic audience, or agnostic also, and even maybe antagonistic a little bit. But God was leading and blessing, and I enjoy my work as pastor, as professor, now as a dean. So now I am the dean of the Seventh-day Adventist Theological Seminary here at Andrews University, Berrien Springs, Michigan. And we have a wonderful institution to prepare pastors and also teachers and doctors to serve the Lord and the church, and to have the expertise and skills which are needed to proclaim the God word, to be ready for the second coming of Christ and ready for heaven.
Amen. Amen. It's interesting. Sometimes you will see people achieve, but you don't always know the journey, the story, how the Lord has led them. And it's inspiring to see how God has led you. When it comes to your early life or your growth as a child of God, when were you first exposed to preaching, or great preaching?
This is a good question. I would say that God gave me the desire to preach, as I recall, like when I was 10. And I had the desire to go to the people who don't know Christ, to go to the parks or to the offices and to some places as a boy, and to share something about Christ. So I wrote some biblical verses or a small message, or I took some of our literature we could have, and was passing by, or leaving that sentence on the bench in the park, or I was sitting and somebody came, so I started conversation. So this was my first attempt to preach to somebody, to witness about Christ. And then when I was 16, 17, I was asked in the church not only to lead the youth department like in the church, but also to be a teacher in the Sabbath school, and then to deliver some sermons. So this was my first, when I was 17, 18, I was preaching for the first time. And not only in my church, but we had a district. And pastors probably who were in charge of it, they saw some light in me so that I could preach. So I was even going around, and I was then 20 when I was called to be going to the seminary. So before I was preaching already, and it was a great experience.